Hello, everybody. This is Chili Chill um, and friend. This is my actual best friend, Kel. Kelly.
Hey, Chili.
Hi, Kel. Um, could you tell us your name? What do I call you? Do I call you? But because you have so many different names, I'd like to know what do I refer to you up here?
Kale.
Kel. I'm here in the studio with my friend Kel, and we just came from Fuel Cafe, where I got some coffee, and Kel, she got herself some. What did you get?
Mexican hot cocoa.
Mexican hot cocoa. I know what hot cocoa is, but I have no idea what Mexican hot cocoa is. How does it taste?
Good.
Is it any different from regular?
Yeah.
How?
It's got some type of taste. I don't know.
Hmm.
Can't explain it.
Is it sweet?
Just a little.
Just a little bit. Yeah, I don't like too sweet uh, things, but if it's a little bit, I might just get me some. Or if it's not too hard for you, maybe you can save me like a sip.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just try it out. So, the topic of today's show is what I know and what I don't. And we're gonna talk about it. So, Kel, what do you know?
That it's cold and it's raining outside.
Mm, I don't know. I don't know. I think it stopped raining. It was raining just a minute ago. Oh no, it's still drizzling. Cause I look at as I look at the air, I don't see the rain falling down, but when I look on the ground, I see the puddles move with when the raindrops fall on. So I guess it is raining, but I can't see the rain. Isn't that interesting?
Mm-hmm.
How sometimes the appearances can mislead. Things look one way, but they turn out to be another way because when we take a closer look, then we might discover something that we missed the first time. If anybody wants to call in and talk, the phone number up here is 935 2951, and that's 414 area code. Uh, Please call and we'll get you on the microphone and we have a discussion about anything. Otherwise, what I want to talk about today is people driving. Sometimes they're on the road, there's good drivers, and then there's bad drivers. Then there's it's just ordinary mediocre drivers. Now, recently, I was called a bad driver by a few of my friends. Right, Cal?
Yep.
Okay, and I don't think I'm a bad driver. I'm not the greatest in the world, but I haven't gotten in an accident in a really long time, and I don't really get speeding tickets. Well, I got a few last year because I was going to Chicago, and with being in Chicago, there's all these people who drive really fast. Chicago guys drive super fast compared to us. So I guess I got a little bit vibe in me of Chicago, and I got caught right by Racine, going 85. But going to court, they lowered it down, and they told me that I got a broken speedometer, and I just paid the fine for broken speedometer, and I didn't get any ticket, any points. That's the beauty of American court system. So, but me, I can't say I'm a great driver. I'm not like a race car driver, and I see myself as a mediocre driver. I'm an average. I'm ordinary. So, why would my friends call me a bad driver, Kel?
All
Am
I
I-
can say is your driving sucks.
Yeah. No, really, I'm sorry. for
To
putting
be
you
a
on the spot.
licensed driver, your driving is not A1. I know kids that can drive better than you.
But I got the license. What do you have?
That's all right. I still drive better than you with or without them.
She's one of the best drivers I've seen. This girl, well, can I tell him that story? When police stopped you and you walked the line.
Yeah, go ahead. Why not?
Okay, well we was partying, me and her and some other people. Then we were going to this party in a hotel room, and she was drinking a little bit. She had like half a pint of Pomosano or something. Well, she drank a little bit. You know how people do. And she was driving too, which is I don't drive drunk personally. I've had 3 drunk drivings, which is enough for me. So I kind of stopped drinking. But she, I don't know what happened. She got pulled over. Maybe it was like a broken taillight or something. And the police said, "Okay, can you get out of the car?" So she got out, no problem. And they told her to walk the line, to stand on one foot, to do the ABCs backwards. Now I know she had she. It's not like she only had one shot or one beer. We were partying all day, and it was nighttime. She passed it with flying colors. I've never seen this. I drink 3 beers. I get stopped. Oh, I got a drunk driving. Another one. Oy vey. So I don't drink no more. But to me, Kella's some of the best drivers I've seen. Just 'cause she did what she does, and every time I drive with her, I always feel really confident. And even though she says that I'm a shitty driver, she drives with me all the time and she doesn't care. She's not worried. But I like driving with her because sometimes she sees things that I don't, like street names. Yeah.
People. I see people on bikes and he don't.
Oh, I see people on bikes. The thing I don't, but I see.
Sometimes you do.
Ah. Well, I got 20/40 vision, which an unfortunate circumstance.
Well,
And
my vision ain't even that. My vision is very poor and I still see them.
I don't know how your vision is poor. You might have you see much better than me because you see all those names, you see all the people. I look from here and I don't see the street names. Like I gotta get much closer for me to actually see where I'm at. I don't know how the government let me drive. No, I can see. I can drive good.
So
See
when
now.
you see Chili Chill on the road, beware, people.
Give Chili Chill a microphone and he'll make an ass out of himself. No, really. So, be safe when you drive. Look all 6 directions. Yeah, or all 4 directions. I know some people that drive stick shift like wild, man, but never got in accidents. People just pull up to the cars in front of them, 3 inches, and then they just stop and they're good. I always get amazed when I drive with folks like that. But as for me, I don't even want to get into it. I don't. I take it easy. I try not to rush. Yeah. So, what's been good in your life, Kel?
Um, I don't know, man. Can't call it. I guess I could say I'm living.
Are you living, or are you more just like surviving?
Living.
Living it up?
To a certain extent. Just living.
Yeah, that's the way it seems to me too. I've been kind of living, just living. I get bored living. I want to do something better than just live. I wanna like live it up, you know, like let's get like a project going. Matter of fact, I do have a project going. Did I tell you about my this concept of unification?
No.
Well, it's like there's a separation, right? Things are separate from each other. Like you're you and me is I, and there's this car and there's that car. Things are separated, and then there's unity when people or things or anything that is together as one. So what I'm thinking about this concept of unification is that instead of people being separate from each other, as in like I like hip hop, I like heavy metal, or I love I love cheese, or I love cotton cheese, or I like Obama, or I like Ron Paul. People are separated. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking about it's just a movement of bringing people together over no other cause, but this togetherness, unity. Not for a specific purpose, not for any goal other than just to be together, to unify. Because I think that two heads are better than one, two minds are better than one, or 500 minds is better than two minds. And that's what I'm thinking about. Bringing people together as a unity movement. Because there's all kinds of movements out there.
That's right, kill him.
Okay, Rabbi is in the house. Rabbi, you want to get a mic?
No.
You don't
I'm
want to get.
making grass soup, man. I don't have time to do that.
Ah,
Making
okay.
the grass soup.
What kind of Rabbi is making a grass?
Cream of grass soup.
Cream of grass, like grass as in wheat?
No, like asparagus.
Asparagus. Asparagus soup
Yeah,
with cream.
yeah.
Cream of asparagus. What does the cream come from?
Butter, milk, water, flour.
So cream comes from buttermilk and flour and water.
That's where the cream's coming from.
I've never actually tasted buttermilk. I have no idea what it tastes like. I don't know what it is.
Buttermilk is sour.
Sour.
It's sour.
Yeah, almost like spoiled milk, basically.
I don't want to eat buttermilk. Ugh.
Really? Have you had kefir?
Huh?
Like it's like yogurt or kefir?
No.
No, it's
Yeah.
milk and it's lumpy and it's very sour and nasty.
That's what they,
It tastes like spoiled milk.
when you.
Does it
And
make-
it looks like spoiled
Yeah.
milk.
Does
You
it
know,
does it ease your constipation
Yeah.
like spoiled milk does?
Well,
Yeah.
like, you know, you ever seen a cucumber salad that they have in the store?
Hold on, wait a minute. Let me give you a microphone. Cheers here.
No, I gotta work on this stuff.
Yeah, you gotta work with. You can work with the mic. As you're talking, just hold the mic up.
Yeah.
here.
Okay, you know cucumber salad. You've been in the grocery store. That's buttermilk with the cucumbers and garlic, and they put onions in it. You know you eat that and you shit your brains out.
Oh. Really? I've never had that. I always eat. My mama makes a really nice cucumber salad, but what she does, she takes cucumbers, cuts them into pieces, and takes tomatoes, cuts them into pieces. Uses a bunch of sour cream.
Yeah.
So it's a sour cream. Yeah. It's a Russian, Ukrainian recipe.
Use that, or you use the virgin olive oil and put salt in it, and then you get this really salad. Same thing.
Live and learn the adventures in cooking.
Yeah, I know. Isn't that great? What is this?
When is the soup gonna be done?
Oh, I just started it. You know, it has to boil, and then I gotta make the I got the butter going down and all that stuff. I don't know. Whenever it gets
okay.
done.
Yeah, Rabbi says that it's gonna be done whenever it gets done.
Yeah, whenever it gets done. But then Sunday, you know what day that is?
Sunday?
Yeah.
It's gonna be done on Sunday, yeah?
No, this is gonna be done tonight. But you know what's gonna be what we're making on Sunday?
What you guys making on
We're
Sunday?
making matzo ball soup.
Matzo ball soup.
Yeah. And I
Ooh.
got some guy from Manhattan says his is better than mine, so we're going against each other.
All right. Yeah. What time?
And what is that?
I'll start
Matzo
around,
ball? Oh, it's
I'll start around
delicious.
3 o'clock. I'll probably get
3
done around
p.m.
6 o'clock at night with it.
Oh, okay, cool. I'll be here. Yeah, you don't want to miss a matzo ball soup by Rabbi. Rabbi, he's like
What is
he's
that
like
though?
matzo balls. Matzah is unleavened bread. So you know how bread is all fluffy and stuff? Take away all the fluffiness, and it becomes flat. You know, like all the things that just even pita bread, there's something fluffy, right? So take away all the fluffiness, it makes it flat. I think they don't put water in it or something, because it's unleavened. Maybe they don't put yeast. I'm not sure. Rabbi knows better, because the definition of
Was it any?
matzah, it's like matzah ball.
Is it any meat in it?
Matzah ball soup?
Yeah.
Chicken broth. Chicken. It's like chicken soup
Ah.
with matzah balls. Because you gotta make these balls made out of matzah. And then they're really good. I'm looking forward to tasting Rabbi's matzah balls. But I guess there's some other guy from New York City, and they got a lot of Jews too. It's like a Jewish recipe, this matzah ball thing. Matzah ball soup, gefilte fish. Have you had that?
Who?
Gefilte fish.
No, never heard of it.
It's like fish that's been processed, and after it's being processed, it doesn't really taste like fish. I'm not sure what's in it, but it's fish that doesn't taste like fish. It's kind of like processed. It's pretty good. It's usually eaten with horseradish. I think my mama might have some. If you want to come over there, she'll let you try it.
She locked her keys in her car. Had to call AAA.
Who?
Lady just pulled off across the street.
Oh. So, what did you see yesterday? What did you see last night?
I seen this SUV flying down Locust and smacked dead into the pole in front of Sobeys on Fratney and Locust. Boy, he must have really been on something.
I could have been a thief trying to get away, being high on PCP or something. You never know nothing.
He didn't look cut out to be no thief. He was quite dressed pretty clean to be a thief. I don't think a thief is gonna dress that clean.
Chocolates.
Dark and white chocolate.
Dark and white. From Poland.
But if whoever
Does it make
is
it
listening
special?
that was driving the SUV, I hope you're all right, because you smacked the pole pretty hard.
Oh, that was Yas last night. You saw that?
Yes, I
Yeah,
was.
she was,
I
she
was
was the
out
one
there.
who called the police.
I was the one that called 911.
Chocolates or passenger?
No, thank you.
Gonna pass.
Dark and white.
It looks delicious and it smells wonderful.
Take one piece. I don't want to break your leg.
I don't
But
do
then again,
chocolates.
let me get a
She-
piece
she
because I'm
does.
having hot cocoa. It's
Yeah,
pretty
hot
good.
cocoa and
mixed.
chocolate go together.
Good.
Yeah. Where you staying at?
On the road.
Here.
On the road?
On the road.
Okay.
I'm looking for a place. I checked out a bunch of places. Too much money. Yeah, $4,800.
800.
Hey, 100, man.
That's
In this
ridiculous.
neighborhood.
Don't they got people with rooming house?
Is it a up or downer or a whole house?
It was a duplex upstairs.
You know how much she's
800?
paying?
That's
You
ridiculous.
see, did you see her house?
I pay
Yo.
$700 a month and I live in a single family right there on Will.
She got
where
two
you always
stories,
see me at.
man. 3
When I'll be
bedrooms,
speaking to you,
a kitchen,
That's where I
dining
stay.
room, a basement.
3 bedrooms and we only pay $700.
Yeah.
Electric bill run
And I
$100 a
really-
month.
How much? Is it?
$100 a month.
$100 is nothing. That's not much.
Not for
For
an
a
electric
whole
bill.
family,
Not
yeah.
when we're used to paying
I
4
found
and
that
5
deal on
a
Craigslist.
month for electric.
Right here on Center Street, like 2 blocks down. That's where she lives. You should check out her place and
This thing's
stop by
seven-
when
this
you're
is
around.
750 over here. And Steve Johnson doesn't fix nothing.
It's the 1 bedroom.
2 bedroom.
Oh, what you need 2 bedrooms for? You gotta have
I don't
some.
need any bedrooms. I need a studio.
I know you need like a studio.
That's what
So, what seems to be the problem with finding a studio? There's so much up here. You want me to help you?
I gotta find a garage.
Now, see, you want to live for free. I can only help so much.
No, I'm willing to pay $250 a month.
Roommate, there's a bunch of people looking for roommates. And you don't want to have a roommate. Oh, everybody knows you. Nobody wants you as a roommate. You look at me crazy.
I'm not around.
No, it's like,
I'm never around.
yeah. I've had you
Except
as a
for rainy
roommate.
days.
It's like if you have Rabbi as a roommate, you're gonna always have flowers. Lots and lots of flowers.
Some chocolate. I gotta go make
Thanks,
soup.
Bradley.
Go make the soup. You guys should eat.
I don't know. There's something in here with chunks.
Chunks.
Yeah. There's some good hot.
I'm sure maybe it's some stuff that's not dissolved properly.
Good hot chocolate.
Oh, do you save me a sip and I'll say yeah.
Oh.
Is that it? You should drink it all?
Because I was about to.
Oh.
I forgot about saving you something really
Yeah,
good because it's
yeah.
good.
Thanks.
Tastes so good. I don't even want to give you that.
Oh, that's really sweet. Oh, you said it's
No,
not
it's
sweet?
not.
That's sweet.
Don't taste sweet to me.
Uh,
You can taste a little bit of sweetness, but it's not real
for me,
sweet.
it's so much sugar. It's like, oh, I cannot taste this. And it's spicy too. I like the spice.
Yeah.
I don't know,
Do
it's
you
like
see what I
weird-
mean? It's
yeah,
a
it's weird
funny
spice,
taste, like
yeah.
a. So you can't explain it because I
That's
don't know.
hard to
I don't know what it
explain.
is, so I can't explain it.
It's not really hot. It's not really sour. It's not really anything. Well, it feels to me like a combination of everything, but nothing at all.
Mm-hmm.
When I finish, I can't. It's too sweet for me.
I don't
Yeah,
want it.
right. I'll
Might
finish.
as well finish it.
Yeah, too sweet for me. About a couple of years back, I stopped eating sweets, stopped drinking soda, stopped putting sugar in tea or coffee, and at first I craved a little sugar because I've been eating sugar all my life, but after a month or two, got really detached from sweets. Now I drink this hot cocoa, a Mexican hot cocoa, and it's too sweet for me. It's like, oh, it's a lot of a lot of sugar. But I do like some fruits.
Hmm?
So I was talking about the unity thing, wasn't I? Yeah, unity, like UNITY. Who had somebody had a song. I think it was Queen Latifah.
Yeah.
Yeah, unity, UNITY. That's a unity.
Yep.
hmm So here's the thing. There's a lot of different movements out there. There's movements to save the whales, which is very good movement. There's a movement to save the starving children, which is a good movement. There's movement to stop abortions, and I've got my own thoughts about it. So I'm not gonna say it's a good movement, and I'm not gonna say it's a bad movement. What do you think about this movement, Cal? About abortions? There's people who want to stop abortions, and they got
I have no opinion on that. I really don't.
yeah.
Each is on. Different strokes for different folks.
Well, but these people they block the entrance to hospitals, and sometimes they send angry letters to doctors
Mm-hmm.
to do it. And there's been actually a few murders. Like the people kill doctors who do abortions
Yeah.
in their anger.
Uh, mm,
I find it kind of sad when people take any thought to an extreme. That's kind of sad. About abortions, you know, the thing is that if the million abortions that's performed each year was not performed, and it's probably more than a million. Imagine overpopulation. They did experiments where they put the rats into a small environment and they overstocked them. There was too many rats for the little cage where they were at, and the rats they just went insane. They started having sex with everything that moved, like guys and babies, like, and then they started eating each other, and it was really crazy. It was completely unnatural. Yeah. So I don't know about abortions. You know, I really like life and I'm pro-life, but let's say you take a baby that's born into a war zone country. So the baby is born into slavery. The baby gets probably abused as a little baby, as a little kid growing up, and then might be given a gun when they turn 10 or 9 and sent off to kill. and pumped with drugs, because that's what happens in those environments. I mean, like me, I'd rather not live than live in hell, because hell does not necessarily have to be in hell. It can be on earth. That's what I think. I think war is hell. So sometimes I feel that it's better to not live than to live in hell. But this all these movements, they're either they're against some people, um, but there's I don't know that many movements for something and not against anything. So this movement that I'm thinking of is for unification of just ideas, unifications of thoughts, unification of minds, unification of personalities, unifications of people, and just beings in general. Because it doesn't necessarily have to be people. People can bring their dogs and cats, and if you have a pet lion or tiger, bring your pet lion or tiger, and let's just come together. Animals and people, and if you got a friendly ghost living in your attic, um, the ghosts, and people and animals, got a demon living in the basement, bring your demon. So at first I thought about this unification movement, and then I decided to do something about it, and now I'm talking concerning this unification thing, but soon it looks like it will be June 3rd. I'm planning to have like a unification gathering. Like it appears that it's probably gonna happen at the Caesar Park. My friend Paul, who might be coming over a little later, he's gonna come in and talk about his creation there. He created a giant nest. It sounds funny, but it's actually a really cool thing. It's like a bird's nest, only it's giant, and you can go inside and walk around it. Did you see the nest, Kel?
Yes,
What'd you think about it?
it was cool. Something different.
Exactly. It's a
Needs
cool,
a top on it to keep the rain out.
a top on it to keep the rain out. That sounds like a great idea. We should talk to Paul. Maybe we'll set up something like a roof. Make a
Like
roof.
a stick and a tarp or something. The
Yeah.
stick to kind of make it almost like a teepee type top or something.
Yeah, we'll put a pole in the middle.
Yeah, and then that's to hold the turp up and, give you a little room, stand up room, and it's a good project. It's a lot more ideas that can be added on to it from other people if Paul likes to take the idea and make something really of it more than what it is. But it's a cool thing. People should go check it out. Something different. It's a nice place to go and chill on a nice day. It's not all out in the open,
Yeah, I like that.
It's very secluded. It's like a little fort, clubhouse, whatever you want to call it. And, it has potential for ideas in the future to make it more comfortable and suitable and better for people's visits.
Yeah.
Like on a day like this, we can't go in there today. It's
It'd be cool.
raining. But if it was closed in, we would.
I smell it. Yeah.
That's good stuff.
Rabbi Soup is funking up the place. It's not a corner of the store where the soup is not tickling the nose senses. Mm. You got a time? I'm gonna call Paul up.
5:58.
Yeah. Can you talk about whatever something? And I'm gonna call Paul up and see if he's coming. Talk,
Well, actually, I'm trying to go have myself a cigarette.
a cigarette.
Yes.
Oh yeah, you can't have that up here.
Right.
Mm. Well,
Sure, show.
let me have just talk about for a few minutes on something, cause I wanna call Paul. You can talk about it for a few minutes, can't you?
I don't know what to talk
You want me to
about.
give you a topic? Talk about let's talk about how you spent last summer, or like talk about Oklahoma. You live in Oklahoma, right? So nobody up here in Milwaukee lives in Oklahoma. And when you told me about how it was, I was sitting there listening, being pretty interested and amazed how different life can be in a different place, right here in USA. So what's it like in Oklahoma?
Oh, it's alright, but it's very slow. They are very, 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 very slow compared to us.
What do you mean slow? Like they move slow, like
They don't really do anything like how we party and we're outgoing. They're not. They're more old fashioned. I guess you can say the young people, they go to work, go home. That's it, They really don't have fun like how we have fun. It's just totally different. It's very boring to me.
How do we have fun? How do they have
Well,
fun?
we go places and enjoy the mall. We have so many things to do. When they don't have their bars aren't all that interesting.
But don't people have house
And
parties?
no,
No, house parties.
no.
Oh, don't people come over for
I have been
dinner?
there for 4 years and I've never been to a house party there. They don't have house
Whoa.
parties. If they do, I don't know nothing about it.
Yeah, that's
Their partying is going over friend house, having maybe a couple of beers, and they ready to go home. I'm like, okay, is that it? I'm like,
so
what's
it's like
next?
what, like 1 hour visit and that's it?
Yeah, maybe hour or two. Lucky if you get 3 hours in.
Hmm. So what else is there? What is I don't know.
Oh, and down there, they line dance off of like everything.
So you don't need no special music to line dance. That's
They
all they
play
know how to
rap
do.
music. They are line
co-
dancing and square dancing
coming?
off of rap music and R&B. And I'm like,
Yeah.
seriously? You guys are not
Okay.
you guys don't know how to dance. You do a hustle or a shuffle or a step to all the music. And I trip off of them wearing cowboy boots with their skirts.
No, I
That's
find that
just-
sexy.
I mean, it's
cowboy boots
nice,
is
but
sexy.
for me, coming from the city, going to country, is very different. And I like trip off how they dress, because, I mean, we like to color coordinate from head to toe, and they don't like to. They just like throw on anything, you know. They don't really care about dressing like we do. They like get up and just throw on anything when we will get up and basically take up half of our day just to get prepared to go outside,
This
you
is
know.
you. Half of that. I'm a guy.
Well, guys
you
take
know,
a long time too.
not half a day.
I know some guys that take longer to get dressed than a woman.
Now look who's coming this way.
Yeah, he's going to get him some coffee and probably catch him a donut.
Yeah, it was a big fat cop fella coming up here.
Hey, at least he's going for the coffee and not the food.
I don't know. They sell donuts too.
Yeah.
I heard somewhere that cops get free donuts at Dunkin' Donuts.
They get free coffee too. They get free
Really?
food too.
Really?
Yeah.
Ugh.
Certain restaurants.
Isn't that kind of like prejudice towards everybody else? Cops get free stuff except everybody else. Everybody has to pay except
We
the
get
cop.
free stuff sometimes too, Chili.
Yeah, what?
I guess it's more rather say you have to be at the right place at the right time. I mean, they give plenty of stuff out free, man.
Well, sometimes they give out food, like at food pantries.
Yeah, but they got other stuff that they give.
Like little snacks at supermarkets. Yeah, you go up there and get yourself a snack.
Ooh,
and
he's strutting across that street there. He got that good coffee, that little romper going.
Yeah. Must be tough to be a cop. You have to just live your life as a lie. Cause I've been stopped plenty of times by police. Especially when I was younger, I was homeless and I would get stopped every day. And every time I would get arrested for something, that would make up so much. They would just steady make stuff up, because if they wouldn't make up whatever they made up, they wouldn't be able to arrest me. But they lie a lot. Police does.
Oh yeah, that's why their corruption is catching up with them these days. That I must say, I'm pretty glad that that's going on, and that now everybody's getting to see the true colors of the MPD.
Now what's going on? I must have missed something.
There's a lot of corruption, a lot of bad cops finally getting caught for all the bad that they've done, that we've been stressing for years. No one ever listened, paid attention, but I guess some incident must have happened or something seriously. So now they got down to the bottom of it, and that's what's up.
It's about time. What can be worse than corrupt?
There's so much
people that's
police
supposed to-
brutality and harassment from police officers. It's very hard to trust them these days. Because personally, myself, I'd rather not call the police and deal with things without the police and try to deal without violence. But I'd rather not call the police, because it's like majority of the time when you call police about your problem, they end up finding a way to make you the problem when you're trying to get help with your problem. And who wants to deal with that?
Well, they got
Why
their
you
own
think no
quota
one
to
hardly
fill.
calls the police anymore? No one trusts them. You have no trust in the police system.
It's very, very sad. I remember.
There are good ones out there, but who's to say we know who they are? I don't want to take a chance. I think they're just as worse as civilians on the street. I think they're, no different.
Yeah, what's up, Paul? Yeah.
I'm eating supper right now, and I'll be over at 6:30. Is that a problem?
Yeah, no problem, man.
Okay, I'll see you around there.
All right.
Bye.
Paul is coming. Hey, Gabe.
How you doing, Chili?
I'm doing good. Our new friend Gabe is here. He has a show about movies. When is it?
Friday. It's called My Dinner with Gabe, and it's on Friday. In fact, Zav and I are about to go see The Cabin in the Woods tonight, which we're going to be reviewing next week, because this week our show is not on. It's on Fridays at 6 o'clock. This week we're done because my ad's taken over the whole station on Friday. But next week we're going to be doing a whole horror show. We're going to have Andrew Swan come in, who's a film personality who's so larger than life that we are giving him most of our show.
Oh wow!
And then we're also
who's it again?
Andrew Swan.
I heard that name.
Yeah, he's a. If you saw him, you'd recognize him. He's a popular film figure in the city. He works on projects. He just knows more about movies than pretty much anyone I know. So he and I were like, well, we need to have him on the show. Mm-hmm. And he knows a lot about horror films. He and his friend Bobby, and Drew, the guy who made that Blood Junkie movie the year. Between the three of them,
is it out on the video?
Blood Junkie is out on DVD, and my best friend Mike Johnson actually starred in it, and. So yeah, there are things happening in the Milwaukee film scene. Like,
That's awesome.
It's really awesome because it's not just like that movie in Hollywood or that movie in New York or that movie in San Francisco. Like no, this is happening here in this city. People are making films. They're putting their money together. They're making their imagination come together with what resources they have. And frankly, I think the lack of resources sometimes make a better film, a more interesting film, because you have to make it with your hands and not with a computer all the time.
Most of I think George Lucas's Star Wars, the first one, was really inexpensive.
Well, it was. In fact, at the time, it's still to this day considered the most successful. Although people credit Halloween as being the most, or the Blair Witch Project as being the most successful independent film of all time.
What, free? Free to
yeah,
make?
yeah, it was pretty much. I mean, there's a couple of films, but it's actually Star Wars, because Star Wars was produced independently by Lucasfilm Productions, and then 20th Century Fox just bought the rights to it to distribute it. So he kept all the merchandising rights and all the other rights to it, because they thought it was like, we're not going to waste much money on this big looking movie, because it wasn't that expensive to make. They shot it on pretty rickety sets and on set locations, and they were like, "Man, this guy's going to lose all his money." How? Because these effects had never been done before. So this movie's going to look like shit, because the stuff that he was talking about, no one had ever done before. And they're like, "That's not going to work. You can't do that with mats." And I mean, before computer CGI technology as we know it today existed, he did all the backdrops and
I like those much more than what we have right now.
I agree.
They look more realistic.
Well, and what I like about it is that even when the special effects have holes in them, at least they're holes where people put their hearts into it, where it took imagination and it was work.
Holes.
Yeah.
No, I'm like,
Yeah.
when I watch
I know
those
what you mean,
movies,
though.
I'm like a big kid.
Have you I love the science fiction films from the 70s, especially because the makeup was still kind of like the 50s style, where they used like molds and plaster, but you could put more violence in there, like movies like Logan's Run and Westworld. Oh, Westworld is one of my favorites.
I've never heard of it.
Westworld is a movie with Yul Brynner, the guy from The Magnificent Seven, crazy bald head, from The King and I, and he plays. It's kind of a weird take on his on the Western archetype that he'd created with
Hey,
The Magnificent Seven, and he decided to star in this movie. He was a little hesitant at first, and it's about a futuristic theme park where you can go to 3 different worlds. You can go to like Roman world, medieval world, or West world. And, it's in the future and stuff, and there's flying hovercrafts and stuff. And you can go to these other times and, be a Wild West hero. And they have these life simulating robots, and you can be the outlaw. So you can shoot the outlaw, and and you really shoot them, and they fall over. And then they fix the robot, and you can have sex with these virtual prostitutes and stuff, and they feel like real people, and and you can just run wild in the Wild West. Well, the robots all short circuit, and they're like, we must kill our captors, and then they start killing everyone. They start going nuts.
Okay.
So it's just but the special effects of that movie are just they're so cheesy, but they're so great, because.
And it's called Westworld.
Yeah, because of and I shouldn't say the holes. But it's because of the limitations, because at that point you still were limited to what you could physically create. it wasn't all just it wasn't based on what type of gimmickry or what type of illusion you could make on a computer screen. It was based on how far can your imagination go in the real world? What can you actually create as a sculpture? Whereas I think that's a lot more interesting. In terms of violence, too, gore in horror films, I find that gore.
I'm not a big fan of gore.
I'm not a big
personally.
gore fan, but I find it interesting when the makeup is actually done compared to like when they just do it with computers and you can tell. Because I'm a real big fan of Tom Savini.
I don't know. Give me an example of computer gore.
Really shitty computer gore that Lionsgate often uses, like in
Lionsgate in the
Lionsgate?
Octane Pump.
stuff like that. Crank
Crank
2.
2, yeah.
Like when the blood flies out and it's like, you can tell it's like computer done. I just like in the movie Rambo, the recent Rambo Redux.
I didn't watch it.
Oh, it's amazing.
Is it good?
Well, I loved it because it's one of the most ultra-violent films ever made, and I love anything that Stallone has to do with human growth hormone.
What? He's not real. He shoots.
Oh yeah. Well, right
Really?
before The Expendables, one of the best films ever, one of the best bad films ever made, came out. He got caught in Australia with like a suitcase full of human growth hormone.
Really?
And see, while I would never use
sad.
steroids myself, well, I think it's just awesome because of his comeback.
He's like 60 years old.
Well, he's
too.
like 60 years old, and he did, just holding on to any franchise that he has and creating a new one, and just doing it with a hard, thick R. Like The Expendables, like this, like none of this. Like, no, I'm not. I'm going to make an $80 million film for Lionsgate, and we're going to risk everything. We're just going to make the thickest, hardest R ever. Like just tons of awesome violence, guys, one-liners, killing, like some stupid subplot about some dictator, whatever. But just Jason Statham and Sylvester Stallone killing people, and Dolph Lundgren killing people. I mean, this is what action films are all about. I mean, this is just it's just machismo at its greatest and at its best. I'm not looking for a brilliant storyline. I'm not hoping that
Just want to see somebody.
I don't want like Lars von Trier to fucking direct it. I want to watch Stallone kill people. It's what he's good at. Like the Rocky revamp, whatever. It was rated PG. I could have cared less. But the Rambo revamp, it's like it's this hard, thick R. It's like the most graphically violent movie I've ever seen, and it was amazing. And The Expendables, one of the most violent, awesome movies ever made. There's a part where a guy takes out a room full of basically Salvadorian like death squad people with an automatic shotgun. It's amazing. Just people split in half. Like, and I mean, it's just. I mean, it to me it brings out the best period of my life, which was when I was 9, which is when I was 9 years old. Like my best friend and I, Mike Johnson. We oftentimes, who I work with, and I'm also working on several projects with. We often talk about how. People like reminisce about, I can't remember when I was back in the late 80s and the hip hop. And I remember like the early 90s when I was in a band and the music scene in Madison. And I'm like, I don't care where you are. Nothing beats 9. Like being 9 years old. And for me and him, at least, playing with action figures and having these wild, violent fantasies in our head and just sort of like.
Hold on, let me ask you this. Because see, I was growing up in a different culture.
Yeah.
And in that culture where I was growing up,
Yeah.
there was only 3 channels on TV,
Yeah.
and they were mostly like boring shows for adults. So I didn't really watch TV, and books were entertaining.
But you weren't boring. No, I'm not saying
I'm just
from
saying,
television.
I wasn't introduced to
Yeah.
violence. No.
No. It wasn't from TV. It was all in my head.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was just all in my head because I would just like imagine because I'd be stuck in school.
Because you had like little toys.
Action
right?
figures, yeah, and it
Action
just
figures.
elaborate explosions and like things like falling apart and like people jumping off of cliffs into giant waterfalls of fire and blood and like.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, movies had very little to do with it because I didn't start watching ultra violence till I was older.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I mean, my dad kept me away from it. My parents tried to keep me away from violence because they saw what a sick, demented, violent mind I already had. So they saw like the type of ADHD that I had, and they're like, no, this motherfucker right here doesn't need any more ultra stimulation. He already has enough.
Yeah.
So buying action figures was all the the ultra violence I needed.
But you had that was all you needed. That's right.
Yeah, nothing
'Cause you
beats
had- you had
nothing
the
beats
best-
9.
You use the littlest to get the most out.
Tight. I like you, Chili. You're a good guy. I like this guy. Every time I've met him, literally the only times I've hung out with this guy are while he's on the radio, and I
And
like.
I don't talk much either.
I like this.
Because I'm quiet.
So, how did your discussion with the Bhagavad Gita go the other day? What happened with it?
I did the whole chapter.
You did?
Yeah.
Oh, so
It's
you,
recorded. If you have time, listen to it.
yeah.
It's not exactly correct the way it's supposed to be.
I don't care.
meant,
No, that's what I
but-
like. I like because you stop and you give like your own director's commentary. Like it's like it's like if there was a DVD released of the Bhagavad Gita, I'd want you to do the commentary for it. Like just stop in the middle
If you
of it.
if you want to get the wrong impression, right? If you want to be misdirected, listen to me.
Yeah, absolutely. No, but in the best possible way. In the best possible way. So like I said, Zav and I are gonna go see The Cabin in the Woods, which I'm super psyched for because it's supposed to like totally reinvent horror films. It's supposed to be like like a total guitar solo for like revamping the ante, like upping the ante for horror films and like movies that like are, how do you put it? They subterfuge within the horror genre, like they game changers, as we put it. And that's what our show is going to be about on next week, Friday. Is game changer horror films, movies that redefined horror films not only for pop culture and for culture at large, but for people that were horror fans within the genre. And so big movies like Nosferatu, which kind of defined the horror genre, Halloween, Rosemary's Baby, Friday the 13th / Halloween, and Scream, of course, being the most quintessential game changer horror film of all time that kind of reestablished people's interest in horror films and the subgenres they're in, and the dissecting them into a greater work of greater works of art or greater works of culture than they were previously perceived to be.
I wanna just add to this that most of the movies that you mentioned were made in Hollywood or in America, and this world, like the Earth is so large.
And Suspiria as well, because that's
Suspiria?
Suspiria is the most popular Italian. Or European horror film ever made. It was made in 1977 by Dario Argento.
Okay.
And it was really
Suspiria.
famous in the 70s, and it's a really, really beautiful, haunting, really ethereal and really quite lovely, while also having lots of disembowelment and violence and killing in it. It's one of the sexiest and the most over color paletted movies ever made. It's about a girl who goes to a foreign university, a ballet academy in Spain, and she discovers a coven of witches who start wreaking havoc on any girl who finds out and there's this conspiracy that's starting to unravel and starting to be figured out. So it's a mystery, it's a horror film, and it's a suspense. And more than anything though, it's
one of the first
it's a great
first in the genre.
And
'Cause right now we have all the
yeah.
sitcoms even now about all that.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah. I mean,
things get picked up. At first, there was nothing like that, and then something comes up.
and then everything's an imitation thereafter. Whereas and I agree with you. Like the movie Hostel, which Eli Roth directed in
Hostel?
2005, is not that great of a film in and of itself. But the fact that it at least
what movie is it?
Hostel,
Hostel.
Yep.
Too. Hostel.
which is in and of itself a reputable horror film and something worth mentioning. And it's a movie, if you're a horror fan or a horror enthusiast, it's definitely worth seeing. Outside of the horror genre, would I recommend it as a film or as a work of art? Absolutely not. But I think it's an important and a quintessential film in that it started a subgenre of gore porn, of the extremist variety mostly populated by Lionsgate Films and a couple other straight to video. But there were there have been thousands of imitators of that movie. And even its own sequel, directed by Eli Roth, is a vain.
I think there's three of them actually now. I saw three in someplace.
Yeah. I mean, even the Saw film is another great example.
You say Saw? I meant the Hostel. Hostel.
Well, and they're both good examples because they're both put out by Lionsgate. and then Lionsgate shifted its focus both towards those two films as being its center point for the entire studio instead of releasing art house fare from Sundance. I mean, here's a studio that in 2004 had won Best Picture for the film Crash. I mean, was poised to be the next big studio to move up. I mean, they were just sort of in the shadow of the shoes of Artisan Entertainment, which had collapsed under its own calamity. You know, it tried to be a major player, and it put its money into the wrong films. And Lionsgate did the same thing. It thought that its formula that it sort of created was going to sustain it, was going to help it breathe new life, and that, you know, these horror films are going to last forever. People are always going to go to these, and not sort of realizing that everything's repeating itself. The 80s are happening over again, and not sort of just looking at the history of the box office from the 80s. Like, you know, the Friday the 13th films did not last forever, and now they're revamping.
They're coming back.
Yeah, everything's coming back. I mean, it literally. And everyone who's saying that culture's dead or everything's over, it's not. It's just repeating itself every 25 years.
Hey, let me ask you this question. I also make movies. I don't know if you know that.
I didn't know that. No.
Yeah, I make movies.
Sprite,
Right, I'll show you some of them.
please do. Chili and I are going to hang out sometime, not on the radio station, and it's going to be amazing.
Yeah.
Because he's really calm and collected, and I'm the. They should make a sitcom about us. You know, it'll be you telling me to calm down and just letting me watch the world, and I'll just be the one like flipping out and being anxiety ridden about everything. It'll be a funny show. We'll call it. It'll be called Him and Him, and it'll be on Saturday nights on ABC at 7:30.
And the whole action will take in one room, and there will be no furniture. It'll just one room with white walls and like one room. And us two, I'll just be sitting there being quiet, and Gabe's just gonna run in circles.
I like this. I like this idea.
No, but what I wanted to talk to you about is like, look at this. I got this idea, right?
Sure.
About a film and other little films interwoven together. So one of the like little films is a small horror, like 15 minute horror movie about some punks. Punks. Yeah. Right. Finding a little monster and raising it.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking how to make a monster. You know, to make it lively. Maybe like a hand puppet or something.
Because ceramics will fall apart too much. Wax is gonna because you got to think about how you're gonna shoot it. And what you're gonna, because if you want to shoot it from multiple angles, but you don't want to have to manipulate how it looks and make multiple molds of it,
Yeah.
you just might want to go like smaller scale, so you can just shoot it from
But I want to make it like really cheaply, so it doesn't.
hand puppet. Just go hand puppet and leave it to the imagination.
All right, I like that.
Just be like, if you can't use your imagination, why the fuck are you watching a movie?
Yeah, let's get together sometime soon enough and talk about this and that
This hand puppet
ideas.
and stuff.
Yeah.
Life, and maybe all of you will listen, and maybe not. So this is Gabe tuning out and giving it back to Chili.
Hey, Gabe. Gabe, can you leave your
I will.
number
My
or
information.
something? All right, cool. Gabe One Handle. So the time is 6:25, and soon my friend Paul will come by. Paul is a local sort of hippie celebrity. He walks around and sells herbs and flowers, and he's also putting on Hippie Fest on April 20th at Miramar. I'm pretty sure he's gonna talk about it a little bit today. And he made this giant nest at Caesar Park with there's some other structures he made out of wood and earth. Not sure what he used. He's quite an artist in the earthy part of life. And hopefully many people will come, but on June 3rd I'm organizing this gathering of just people to come together, and maybe it'll come out as something positive and needed in this community, because I look around and I find a lot of aggression in people, and fear of losing jobs, fear for the future. There's a lot of fear out there. There's a lot of anger for because if you had it good and then now you have it bad and it's something to blame. It could be your boss, it could be the economy, Obama, Osama. I don't know which one is who. Uh, I tell you, this world is not what it appears to be. It's much more beautiful and much more ugly. Rabbi, come up here, talk to me.
You want some grass soup?
Huh?
I got the grass soup. You want the grass soup?
The soup? Grass soup? Yeah, please. Oh. So, Rabbi's soup is made, and he's gonna bring it to me. I feel very special. Hey, Gabe. What's up?
Do you have a pen?
No.
I have a pen.
You have a pen?
I found a pen.
So as I walk around, I see people, a lot of people are angry, and there's all these movements like 99% movement. It's a great movement. They say what needs to be said, and they bring to attention what doesn't usually get brought to attention, and I support my 99% brethren. I also think that 99% movement is a little bit misdirected, and it is my belief that 99% movement is controlled by 1%, and I got certain reasons why I think so. One of them is that if 99% was real, then something should have been done. But what's being done, instead of something positive, we have more laws.
It's hot. And then here, and you might need salt.
Salt. Oh
I
yeah,
didn't put no salt in it.
salt is good. Rabbi just gave me some grass soup. It looks delicious. But relax the salt. And now I put some salt, and I'm gonna try it. So yeah, I think that the 99% movement, there's a lot of hidden agendas.
The grass soup is good. This is the best grass in the world. What do you think?
I think it also needs some pepper.
Yeah, I know. I couldn't find the pepper back there.
Yeah,
That's okay. Couple hours, he'll start laughing.
you want some salt? You already got some salt. Yeah, it was good.
It was good. It's vegetarian. It's very vegetarian, so
Yeah, it's healthy
it's healthy.
and nutritious and delicious.
Yeah, it keeps cold out of you.
And right now it's
Yeah.
coming up to end of April and it's still cold.
Yeah.
Feels like the winter haven't left us.
Well, it wasn't here. It now just came. That's about it.
Yeah.
That's what happened.
Yeah, it's weird times are coming.
No-
I hear these the psychics
Yeah.
and some scientists too.
Yeah.
They say that at the end of this year there's gonna be a whole bunch of solar flares.
Yeah.
They're gonna be so big that they've never been as big for 100 years,
Yeah.
150 years, something like that.
Yeah.
And the last time they were so big, all the electric poles they blew up. So now they're saying that there's big possibility that the satellites
Yeah.
will just explode, and then they will take out everything because everything is dependent on the satellites.
Yeah, I know.
So I'm thinking when this stuff happens, it's gonna be a reason for the government to bring out all the secret technology that
Yeah, that they haven't
Yes,
used in years, you know.
Yeah. Because there's so much out there that exists and
Yeah.
have existed for years.
Yeah. I know, and they've hidden it.
And I'm on the internet looking at like people talking about anti-gravity devices and Tesla things that gets
Laser
energy
guns.
from.
I have a friend of mine that invented a laser gun. The government took it away from him. Would not pay him for it.
Would not pay him.
Yeah.
How could they take away something like that?
Took it away. He's a lawyer. Took it away from him. He invented a laser gun.
So where is it, laser guy? Government has.
Government has it.
Yeah.
That bullshit?
Oh, this should be cars that can run on garbage
Yeah.
or water. Yeah.
We don't need gas. You know, it's bullshit. That's all. Gas is just bullshit. That's because the oil people want to make more money. That's why they've been in power. Like Bush, President Bush, his father Bush.
Yeah.
You know, they got better at. You know, they want to make as much money as they can.
I don't get it. I really don't get it. Because after you have, after you stole $1 trillion, right? Why don't you need to steal another trillion?
No. They'll never be able to spend it all. They can never give it away enough. They can't take it with them. So what are they gonna do? Freeze themselves and last forever?
I just read that the government secretly gave away $10 trillion. Secretly, not officially, like under the table.
Yeah.
10 trillion.
Yeah.
That's enough to give, I think, something like 50,000 to every citizen.
Yeah. Yeah. I know. Obama spent more money in his 4 years there than any president in the United States.
Yeah.
So people don't realize he's giving back as much as he could. He took from the government, gave it back somehow, some way.
No, the Democrats are horrible. Their intentions are horrible. The Republicans are horrible. Their
Yeah.
intentions are horrible.
I know.
You know?
I know. That's all they
It's,
want to
it's
do.
like I believe that the position of president
Yeah.
is like, okay, would you like to? Who wants to be Satan? And all these people say, I want to be Satan, and you know, it's like you get to be Satan for 4 years or something like that
Yeah,
because
exactly.
it's the most powerful position in the world, and what people use it for is to do as much damage covertly as they can.
Yeah, I know.
Covertly.
Yeah.
They're supposed to show themselves as being good, but at the same time do the most like hideous crimes imaginable
Yeah, I know.
under the table. It's just horrible.
Want some more soup? I'll get you more.
Ah, it's delicious. What else is there? There's
Carrots.
I know there's carrots and there's asparagus and what is this
It's a
lumpy
lump.
stuff?
That's the rule. I had a potato masher to whip it. I didn't have a whipping machine.
What is potatoes?
No, it's the roux.
The roux?
The roux.
The roux?
Yeah.
Like
That's the
like
the,
are you?
yeah. The
Are
roux.
you?
Yeah.
Or like R-U-E?
The roux.
I don't know what the roux is, man.
It's
The roux-
milk, butter, and flour.
butter and flour
Yeah. And milk.
and milk. And you make like little things and you throw it in a
soup.
pot.
Yeah, and then and it makes and that's how it works. You know?
Okay. That's not bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, see? I like to eat. You should know that by now.
Yeah, food is good.
I know. I like that stuff. You know? Wait till the matzo.
Oh, I can't wait. I love matzo soup. There's gonna be 2 different pots, yeah? There's gonna be 2 different pots of matzo.
Yeah,
Gonna
but
be yours and the other guys?
yeah. You probably won't show up. He's a chicken. Isn't that Liam? You're a chicken. You want to show up with your matzo ball? I can beat you in a heartbeat.
All I know how to make is fried bread, fried cheese, and eggs. A good omelet. That's I don't like making anything complicated.
This is not complicated.
Yeah, well, you have to. You need a lot of ingredients. You gotta cook things up. It takes time.
You take a big pot, you wash it out, you throw a bunch of fresh vegetables in it, you add some seasoning into it, make the roux on the side, throw that in, whip it up, let it boil, shut it down, and it just comes together.
I did all my cooking when I was a cook. When I worked as a cook at Benji's.
Okay.
Now, I'd rather have friends
Yeah.
that can come over and cook.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know my friend Ken Keen?
Who?
Ken Keen?
Yeah.
Yeah, he likes to cook. The other day, he went out, got like $150 worth of groceries.
Yeah.
Man, we've been feasting for like a week, man. That's how it does it. And then they have to get some more money, because you gotta eat. Unless you don't. I fasted for a week the other day.
Huh.
I felt great.
Yeah.
At first, I was hungry. You look at people eating, you get hungry,
Yeah.
and then there's no more hunger.
You drink
I'm
some. You were drinking water though.
I was not drinking a lot of water.
Yeah.
No, not much.
Yeah.
Just like regular.
Yeah.
How I usually go. It just I start feeling hunger. I would be around people and look at people eating, and
Yeah, that's the hard part.
it just happens.
I know.
Because if you overcome the initial strong desires,
Yeah.
there's no more desires. That's how I overcame my alcoholism. I used to be a hardcore alcoholic.
Yeah, I
I
know.
drank. You were living with me. You know how we used to. Yeah, gallons of wine every day.
Yeah.
But then I was that. No, I didn't take you. I took a bunch of people to Uptowner, and I got them pitchers of beer, and I sat there. I looked at them drink. I was going through hell. My stomach was like saying, "You son of a bitch! If you don't give me this glass of beer, I'm gonna eat you." And I said, "Okay, you eat me," and it didn't, because after this strong desire went away, there was no more desire.
I know. Well, you see me. How
more
much?
desire.
How much you see me drink?
You don't drink much at all.
I know.
You were never into drinking.
I'm into drinking.
You're more into walking.
Still am.
Yeah.
But once in a while it's okay. It's okay once in a while.
Sometimes I feel like, I like to have a beer here and there, but sometimes I feel like there's no need, there's no reason.
need for it.
Like, it's
I
so nice
go,
to feel clean.
I go in like to Bremen every day, and they're like, "So you drinking?" I'm like, "Fuck you, man. I don't feel like it today." You know.
Yeah,
It really freaks them out. Really freaks them out. It's having something nice. Like I'll have a soda, I'll have a water. And when I say a water, then they look at me really crazy. Because I don't even feel like I'm trying to lay off the soda.
Yeah, so that's no good.
Soda's no good. I'm going
It's
with
not good
water
at
and
all.
juices. So you want some
Juices
more?
are not that good either.
I know.
You look at the juices, it's like 7% juice, 93%.
Sugar?
We don't know.
Sugar, all kinds of crap.
Sugar, chemicals. Colorings?
Sodium. Sodium is like. Well, there's this stuff. It's $1.39. It's called Honest Tea at Pick and Save.
Honesty.
Yeah, Honest.
Honesty of the bullshit, right?
Honest tea. No, actually, it's green tea. It has sugar cane in it.
Okay, it's better than regular sugar.
Yeah. And it's pretty good. It's very low in sugar and sodium and everything else. And
What is it? This is just green tea with some sugar.
Yeah, but it's only like this bottle like this
Okay.
big. It's $1.39, but it's worth it.
I'd rather make my own tea and drink it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get a gallons and carry that around. Want some more soup? I'll get you some more.
No, it was delicious. It was a big
I'll get
pleasure.
you another
I'm
big
full.
bowl.
Thanks, yeah.
Big bowl.
Well, there's gonna be more people coming up
I know.
here. You can just stand up here with some soup and say, "Would you like some soup?"
Yeah, here these guys are back. I need a dude. Got one.
All cold.
Come on. Who has one out there?
All right. Paul called. I'm gonna put him on the speakerphone and see what he has to say. You know me. You know, are you gonna go to Miramar tomorrow, or
Why?
what you doing?
I gotta work.
You really? There's gonna be
Wants me to
there's gonna
come
be a
down
bunch of
there again.
hippies there.
What?
A bunch of hippies there. You know, it's for 20. For some reason, people like to celebrate marijuana on 420.
For 20?
Yeah, 420. Hey, Paul.
You can name a number of Texas.
Yeah. I'm not sure why, but 420 is considered to be a holiday of marijuana. Somebody told me a story that in Harvard, back in 50s, people took a break at 4 o'clock and 20 minutes,
Yeah.
went out and smoked some pot. It started in Harvard or Yale, but who
Started
knows?
riots in the 60s and 70s.
Hey man, watch next year. There might be riots up here next year.
Yeah, you know
'Cause-
that. We gotta take out the shamus. You know?
Hmm?
We gotta take out the shamus.
The shamas?
Yeah, the shamus.
I don't speak Hebrew. What is the shamas?
5-0.
5-0?
Yeah.
Okay, so what about the shamas?
Well,
Take him
let's-
out?
Yeah, take him out. Let's see.
Yeah, look, we don't need no shamas.
No
We're
shamas.
just good as we is.
Well, look at it this way. You gotta pay them protection money. If you don't, they could drive up on you and shoot you. You know, or beat the hell out of you. We've caught it on camera 20 times.
Yeah.
You know, in
Hey,
the last
man.
year. Seriously. I'm very serious.
They beat you up?
Yeah, they
They
beat,
beat you up?
Yeah, and then they throw a fake charge on you and send you to jail.
Oh man, that's me and Kel were talking about how they're not good, how they have to lie all the time.
Yeah. So guess
Like,
what?
It's really sad to be a cop, man.
Yeah.
It's like a sad living.
So to be a cop in Milwaukee is like, because this is a police state, they're king shit, and we're all dogs, and we have to pay them, and if we don't, then we go to jail, because we're all criminals.
But you know what's coming up, man?
Huh.
First of all, police is getting more
They're like
Power?
Nazis.
yeah, they're
Like
getting
Nazis.
more power. The army and police becoming integrated.
Yeah.
There was recently an order for like a whole bunch of millions of bullets.
Yeah.
Like
M16s.
bulletproof piercing bullets.
Yeah.
And they were usually made for the army, but these bullets were made for police.
Yeah. I know.
And it's like, who are they? What are the people are planning that they're giving police this armor-piercing bullets? Who are they? I mean, it's like bullets specifically designed to kill.
Yeah. Yeah. Give me a
Man.
ball. I'll wash the ball out.
Oh, the ball.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
We'll get a new one.
All right.
I got a plan for that too.
No, I'm gonna finish this up. Maybe Paul is coming. I'm gonna call him up.
Okay.
I'm gonna call him up right now and see if he's coming. Cause I asked him to come up here and talk about his hippie fest.
Yeah, let's do a hippie fest.
It's gonna be tomorrow, and it's gonna be June 3rd. I'll tell you about it. I'm gonna make flyers and hang them all over the place.
Okay.
June 3rd is like a hippie fest,
Okay, let's-
like real hippie fest, not commercial hippie.
Let's do a real hippie fest.
Yeah, cause I'm hip to the pi level. What's that mean? Infinity, man. Hey, Paul. So, ladies and gentlemen, dogs and cats, ghosts, demons, angels, Chili Chill is saying goodbye for now, and I'll see you guys later. Maybe today, or maybe next Tuesday. Ciao.